Hi there, guys. Lee from Vintage Action. I hope you guys are all well. And today, guys, I'll be talking you about this cult classic from 1972, The Mechanic with Charles Bronson. That's right. This is the brand new 4K release by Kino Lorber in US of this cult classic for the first time ever on 4K. And this one looks amazing to previous releases. And let me tell you guys, this was one of my favorites, growing up. Obviously, I always loved like Charles Bronson growing up, 80s and 90s. I grew up beginning of the 90s watching all the Bronson's like 70s and 80s movies and even the westerns he did in the 60s, obviously. And this one was always one of my favorites. I had this on VHS growing up, and this one is a great movie. Obviously, directed by the legendary Michael Winner. That's right, Michael Winner. That is the guy that directed Death Wish 1, Death Wish 2, Death Wish 3. Obviously, was the second time that Winner worked with Bronson. The first time they worked together, it was in Chatow's Land from 72, another great movie. And the year after this one, they worked together in Stone Killer from 73. So Michael Winner, he worked a lot of times with Bronson, and it was a great director. I know he was like controversial, English, like British director, Michael Winner. But let me tell you, people love the Death Wish movies, and he directed the first three that for many people are the best three in the series. But before that, it was The Mechanic. And of course, this one has like a great cast as well. You have like a young Michael Vincent as a sidekick to Bronson on this one. And of course, you have Joy like Ireland, that it was the Bronson's wife, that she was a singer and an actress. She was in a lot of like Bronson's movies, in the 70s, in the 80s as well. And this one is like a great, for me, this one is a really good movie. Well directed, well filmed movie for a movie from 72. The fighting scenes are great. The fight scenes, there's not a lot of like when it comes fight scenes, martial arts. There is like a couple of fight scenes, and Bronson back in the days when he was younger, obviously he was already in his 50s when he did this one, and even the Dead Wishes. We were seeing the older Bronson, but he was a boxer himself, early on in his career. He was a bodybuilder, he lifted weights. There's a few fight scenes, but the action scenes, there are like explosions, even the chase scenes, car chase scenes, and there is like a motorcycle like chase scene on this movie, chase scene, that it was like beautifully like filmed. So this movie was a well-made movie. This one was written by Louis John Carlino. It was the writer to this one, was a famous writer as well. So a great movie overall. And I know a lot of you younger, younger guys, younger generation, probably you haven't seen this Mechanic. Probably you guys are more familiar with the remake with Jason Statham and Ben Foster, directed by Simon West from 2011. Great movie. I love the remake with Statham, and even Mechanic, The Resurrection, that is the second one. This is the remake and the sequel, 2011, 2016. I watched this in the movies. These are two great movies, two great remake to the original, but for me, nothing like the original. And guys, I love Jason Statham. I have most of Statham's movies. I think this remake by Simon West, it was really well done as well. It was super successful. The second one was even more successful. Two great remakes, but nothing like the original. And the original was super successful as well. It was a United Artists movie. Shot off Winkler production. That's why Winkler, that is the producer of the Rocky movies, and even today I think is the one that owns the rights to the Rocky movies. Erwin Winkler, and an amazing classic from 72, and it's great to have this like 4K release now by Kino Lorber. Again, this one was released before on Blu-ray. This one was released by Scorpion, released in 2020 in US, like 6 years ago. And at the time, it was a 2K scan from the Interpositive, that release from Scorpion release. It was a nice release because it had the interview with Louis John Carlino, the writer. It was like, it had like a few audio commentaries as well. And basically, Kino, they ported all the special features from that release. This was also released here by Final Cut Entertainment in 22 in UK. I cannot talk about that release because I didn't get this one. For some reason, I had a feeling that this one was going to be released on 4K because Kino, they release a lot of Bronson's like movies on 4K. They released the Dead Wish movies, and they are going to release 10 to Midnight soon as well. So I waited because it's a movie that I think it deserved like a 4K release, and I said I'm going to wait for this one. And luckily, when I knew this one was about to be released, I pre-ordered from Amazon US. That's right, guys. If you guys are in UK, probably the easiest way for you guys is to go to Amazon US and buy. I bought this was like roughly 50% off. So with the shipping and everything, I paid like 20 something, I think 29 around that, because the price was roughly, I think, like $26. So that's a lot less in pounds. With the shipping, I paid less than 30. I think it was 27, 28. But sometimes the price changes, it goes up and down. The thing is, you always have to pay the shipping and the VAT if you want to import from US to the UK. But if you want this one, I know there's other websites in America like Diabolic or Orbit DVD. You guys, if you are in the UK, you can order from those websites as well. But probably the easiest way, it's from Amazon US. I know sometimes it's like always dodgy because, as you can see, I didn't even complain because I wanted the movie. It's minor things, obviously, but I mean, to be honest, that's one thing about Kino is like the slip covers. They're never pristine slip covers or anything. They're always like never great, but it's like minor damage to the slip cover. It's not a big thing. If it was really damaged, I'll like return it or ask for a compensation, but that's okay, just fine. A great artwork, so I'm not like mega picky, but if it's literally damaged, when you paying like for something brand new, especially a 4K, you expect to get something brand new. But when it comes to Amazon, you know, they don't care much when it comes to the packaging and everything. That's the only thing. But again, guys, if you are in the UK, that's your only alternative. It's Amazon US or those American websites to import this one to the UK. But let me tell you, this is 100% worth it because, again, as you can see, this is a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm camera negative. So the previous release from Scorpion released 6 years ago, it was a 2K scan of the Interpositive, and this is a 4K scan from the original camera negative. When it comes to the, and again, this is region A. If you are in the UK, the 4K disc, that is this disc behind me, this is the main menu. I'm going to show in a minute the picture quality. That looks great. This is region locked. If you don't have like a free region player, basically on the main disc, obviously you have the audio commentaries, but the interview with Louis John Carlino is on the Blu-ray disc, and this is region locked. You know, some boutique labels, they put region A and B and it's not locked, but Kino Lorber, it's locked. So I have a region free 4K player, but if you don't, this won't play the Blu-ray disc that has like the interviews and the trailers, won't play on your like 4K player. So again, region A, as you can see, this has Dolby Vision, and the 4K transfer looks amazing. Of course, this is a 1972 movie, so you're not expect to be the best 4K transfer ever. And again, they didn't restore. Usually, Kino Lorber, they sometimes get a lot of criticism because they don't restore. They just scan the movie on 4K. They don't restore the movie, but this looks amazing in 4K. There is some darker scenes, night scenes. Then you can see like a heavy grain And obviously that's understandable. It's from 72, but overall, especially the day scenes, it's crisp, and you can see the face, all the detail in Bronson's face, and Michael Vincent as well. And let me tell you, Michael Vincent, he was great in this movie, playing opposite, like the sidekick to Bronson. He was even nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Role. Like Michael Vincent, if you don't know, he was big in the 80s. He had that television series in America, like Hairwolf from 84 to 87. He was in Deadly Heroes with Michael Pare, if you are more into the B action movies. But he could have had like a bigger career, but he had like legal issues, problems, abuse with substances, and all of that stuff. But he was in Hang Fire as well. He was in a lot of action B movies then in the 80s, in the 90s. But in this movie, he was amazing. He was younger. It was like 27 or 28. And it was amazing, and in this one, and when it comes to the special features, to this one, basically, Kino Lorber, they ported all the special features for them that Scorpion release. And let me tell you, have like an audio commentary by film historian Steve Mitchell and Troy Howard. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Howard, yeah, Steve Mitchell and Troy Howard. And you have audio commentary by film historian Paul Talbot and the author of Bronson's Loose book. So he has a lot of knowledge, as you guys know, about Bronson, everything related to Bronson. The film historian Paul Talbot, he always give us like a lot of like nice insights, information about Bronson. And you have the audio commentary by cinematographer Richard H. Klein, that he worked in the movie, and he worked in a lot of movies with Michael Weiner, moderated by film historian Nick Redman. But that's right, this is a nice audio commentary by cinematographer Richard H. Klein that worked in the movie, and moderated by film historian Nick Redman. I actually listened the first 25-30 minutes to his audio commentary, and it's really nice. It's a lot of like behind the scenes and nice information about the movie. Again, if you have the Scorpion release, all these special features were already included, but because I didn't have that release and I'm getting this 4K, it's nice that they ported all those special features. And you have the interview with screenwriter Louis John Carlino, and you have the theatrical trailer, and you have trailers for other Bronson movies as well. And this interview, it's nice. It's like 11-12 minutes interview with Louis John Carlino, and even he talks about in the beginning, the movie was supposed to have like a different direction, the way he wrote it, but then when they appointed like a winner to direct the movie, obviously he changed a few things. He said in the original script he wanted like the Bronson relationship with Michael Vincent was supposed to be a homosexual relationship. They was supposed to have like a homosexual relationship bound between Bronson and Michael Vincent, but obviously the studio didn't agree with that, obviously, and they went separate in a different way. Obviously, they didn't want that in a movie, and even that's the interview from 6 years ago from that Carlino gave to Scorpion Release, where he talks about it was the way he wrote it, because this was like trained assassins. Usually they are like lonely people. He didn't have a relationship with a woman. He was not married, so in a way he wrote it to have that relationship, homosexual relationship between Bronson and Michael Vincent. And even in an interview, he said he's sorry that didn't happen, because he said it would have been a greater movie if it would have gone through. But the studio didn't want it, and in my opinion, they did well, because he said it was in the 70s, and even today, probably for a lot of people, it wouldn't be accepted. So they said no, and they moved in a different direction, right, with the movie. But in the end, like I said, the movie became super successful. right? So nothing to say about it, but this is just his opinion because he was the one that wrote the movie. He was a writer. He wrote the screenplay, but Michael Winner didn't want it, and the studio didn't want it, so they had to make a few changes to the script, right? So it's a nice interview, and obviously, even Kino Lorber sometimes they get a lot of criticism that they don't have new special features, but in this one in particular, there's nothing they can do about it because unfortunately, Bronson passed away many years ago. Michael Vincent passed away many years ago. Michael Winner. So a lot of the people involved in this movie are not even among us anymore. So there's nothing they can do about like having like brand new interviews to this one. But this one looks like amazing, and even let me just read it to you here, like what they advertise here, like just the here, like as you can see here, like he has 100 ways to kill, and they all work. The iconic Charles Bronson is is an is nonsense best as the star of this action-drenched tale of expert hard killer. Define wealthy Arthur Bischoff, that is the role Bronson plays, is a mechanic, a professional assassin who fixes things for the all-powerful organization. A man with refined tastes, his methods of engineering death and limited only by his boundless imagination. His specialty is doing every job differently and always making it look like an accident. Bronson is perfect as the consummate hitman with his rugged, brooding self assurance. Sean Michael Vincent, Keenan Wayne, and Jill Ireland are his marvelous co stars. Writer Louis Carlino and director Michael Weiner packed the screen with the hard edge action and hair raising chase sequences, exotic locals, and shocking plot twists, making the mechanic the ultimate 70s crime thriller. And I agree, that's perfect, like resumed by Kino. But the synopsis of the movie. Obviously, there are some twists in the movie. I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen before. But basically, as I just read, Bronson is the mechanic, a hitman, right? So he kills people. That's his life, to kill people. And in the process, he's going to get like Michael Vincent on his umbrella, and he's going to teach Michael Vincent to basically work with him and one day to in a way replace him as the main hitman, the main killer. But then there are like some twists in the movie that I'm not going to give away if you haven't seen the movie before. When it comes to the movie, great, filmed like in LA. The movie was the final like part of the movie was filmed in Naples, in Italy. So it looks great, the cinematographer of this movie. And like I told you guys, the action scenes are great. I mean, that's just the opening scene. I think even it's talked here in the special features. There's like, I think it was not done at the time. It was something new. The first, like, roughly 15 minutes of the movie, there is no dialogue. So basically, it's all like... you just see it with your own eyes. So it doesn't matter what language you speak, if it's English, Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish, French, it doesn't matter. It's all visual. Literally the first 16 minutes of the movie, there is no dialogue. And for me, it's amazing, great. And at that time in 72, it was groundbreaking. It was different from everything else you have seen at that time. And that what makes this movie so special. That opening is amazing. There's a lot of action, great sequences, the car chases, that motorcycle chase, it's amazing. And again, guys, this is 72. There is no green screens, there is no CGI. Everything was done by stunt doubles, and all looks amazing. Well filmed by Michael Weiner, an amazing cult classic. And I can say this one for me is a masterpiece. It's an amazing movie. the remake, the sequel to the remake with Statham, amazing movies. I love them. But there's nothing wrong. Is that's again, guys. You grew up in the 80s and the 90s. You can love the movies from the 70s, 80s and 90s, and you can like the movie from the 2000s, 2010s, the recent movies. There's nothing wrong with liking everything. But again, without this like movie being a success, a huge movie in the 70s, probably you will never add like the Mechanic, the remake with Statham. So this is like an amazing movie. And let me show you here. This is the slip. And then they did a nice thing like in Lorber that usually they don't. There is alternative artwork. That's great. As you can see here, you have this artwork that is the same as the slip, as you can see here. And you flip it around, and you have this gorgeous artwork as well. So that's why I changed it, and I put this artwork here, because you already have the artwork on the slip, and you have here the new artwork. So that's great. And let me just show you now the and again, guys, when it comes to the disc, is always the same. When it comes to Kino, this is the blue, and the 4K is exactly the same. There is no pictures on the discs or anything. It's straight black. Usually it's like what Kino does. And when it comes to the audio, again, you have 2.0 DTS HD master audio commentary by film historian Steve Mitchell and Troy Howarth, and audio commentary by film historians Paul Talbot, the author of the Bronson's Loose books, audio commentary by cinematographer Richard H. Klein, moderated by film historian Nick Redman. So this is the audio commentaries, and you have the interview on the Blu-ray. And let me just play the movie so you guys can show you some scenes and the picture quality. Again, guys, for a movie from 72, this is the introduction. Obviously, Kino Lorber, they always put their logo in the beginning of the movie, and then now the actual movie starts. And obviously you have the MGM logo. This was a United Artists, so MGM owns this one. And let me show you just the picture quality here. This looks amazing. As you can see here, this is after the opening scene. Here, like Bronson with his like robe, his red robe, as you can see here. And this one looks great. The 4K looks amazing, guys, for a movie from the 72. But you can see there is still the grain. As you can see, it's not even as noticeable for you guys if you're seeing it. But if you're seeing it like literally as I am seeing it, there's like a lot of grain. And here, let me stop it here. As you can see here, Bronson. But this looks great for a movie from the 70s. I mean, the picture quality is amazing. You can see one of the day scenes, Bronson going for a jog, which is tracksuit, as you can see here. Let me just fast forward with more. And this is one of the motorcycle, Michael Vincent. And you can see here the picture quality, the reds, it's bright. It looks like really great, the picture quality on this one. Here is already like traveling to Italy. As you can see here, the picture, you can see all the details on his face. It's really, and again, guys, it says HDR and Dolby Vision. And Bronson here. Let me just like go back a little bit to show a little bit more some day scenes that you can actually see the picture quality here. And it is the same with Michael Vincent, with Bronson. Again, looks great. So this is 100% would like recommend you guys to get if you are a big like mechanic, like if you are big fans of the Mechanic. As you can see here, this is a day scene. I'll just stop it here, and this looks amazing on 4K. Again, there is some night scenes that is darker. Is not as crisp, is not as clear, but you have to understand this is a 72 movie, so it's like understandable that is not going to look like amazing for a 72 movie. I mean, obviously you'll have like better 4K transfers, but I'll just pause it here. Look at this is the funeral where Michael Vincent dad's die, and here you can see the picture quality. You have Bronson there, and you have Michael Vincent. So overall, guys, I 100% recommend this release. If you are big fans of the mechanic, this is the best you're going to get, because again, the Scorpion release was a 2K scan of the interpositive. The Final Cut Entertainment release in UK has no extras, and probably they use the same scan as Scorpion release, so this is the best you can get. Again, 4K transfer from the original 35mm camera negative with HDR and Dolby Vision, and as you can see here behind me, the picture quality looks amazing. And again, there is some night scenes. You can see a lot of grain. It's not as crisp, noticeable, the faces, but probably they did the best they could because this is a old movie. But overall, amazing release, and probably is going to be hard to beat this one, especially when it comes to the special features, because there is, again, no one among us anymore. The two main stars of the movie, the director, even the Luis Carlino, unfortunately, he passed away after that interview. So most of these people that were involved in the movie passed away. Of course, someone could put this one in a gorgeous, like, chunky box with a nice poster, with a booklet, and that will be amazing. Obviously, like a Hero video, if they'll release a movie like this in UK with a nice poster, booklet, chunky box, probably I'll still get it, obviously. But yeah, guys, 100%. This one is 100% worth it. If you guys ask me, should I get it? 100%, because this is the best you're going to get when it comes to the picture quality. You have all the special features from the previous releases, and probably you won't have any boutique label giving you more special features because of the reasons I just mentioned to you. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about the mechanic from 1972, this cult classic starring Charles Bronson, Michael Vincent, directed by the legendary Michael Winner, and that got the 4K treatment for the first time ever on 4K. Let me know what you think about the mechanic, if this one was one of your favorites growing up as well, if you're excited about this 4K release. If you don't follow my channel, if it's your first time watching me, basically I do reviews, unboxing, especially of the 80s and 90s movies. Obviously, this is a 72 movie, but it's Bronson. If you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, you watch 70s movies. It's all the same feeling, the same nostalgia, and Bronson is like a legend from the 80s and the 90s. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, it will be helping me. Comment down below, your opinion is always important to me. Don't be shy, guys. If you comment on my videos, you'll be helping me as well. And I like to interact with all of you guys when it comes to these 80s, 90s, 70s movies. I like to talk with people about it because I grew up in this era, in that era, and I love these like action movies from 70s, 80s, and 90s. And yeah, guys, let me know what you think about The Mechanic from 1972, brand new release by Kino Lorber, first time on 4K. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend. And I'll be with you guys soon, as always, reviewing the cult classics from the 80s, 90s, 70s, action and martial arts. Keep strong.